Welcome to the official Guns Up Nation podcast, the premier voice for the fearless fans of Raiderland. Let's meet today's hosts.
Hey, Red Raider Nation, you're listening to the official Guns Up Nation podcast. I'm your host and co-owner of Guns Up Nation, John Darden. Today, we are without our co-host, Mike, but I am absolutely not alone. And today, I have with me probably, in my opinion, and really not even just in my opinion, in the opinion of all the people who know I'm doing a podcast with this guy today saying, oh my gosh, we want him to sign stuff for us. We love him so much. I have to say this is probably one of the most beloved Red Raiders in recent memory that I can think of. Certainly on the basketball team, I think of like maybe Norrance and Tariq like are up there on that level. But they're here, they're back here all the time. They're still part of Red Raider Nation, as all of our former athletes are. But there's something about this guy that just took our community by storm. A couple years ago, he became a legend. Well, last year became legendary when he decided to stay. Coach Beard leaves. Mark Adams is named the coach. This guy stayed. He grew up playing football. We'll talk more about that here in just a second. But he switched to basketball, if I have this correct. He grew so big that players couldn't tackle him anymore, so they started going for his knees.
Yep.
So he wanted to keep his knees. Began his career playing basketball at VCU, then transferred to Texas Tech with 2 years of eligibility. And all the other things we'll discuss here in a moment. But first, Red Raider Nation, welcome Marcus Santos-Silva.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Welcome to the show, man.
I'm happy to be here.
You've been busy the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, been a busy time getting adjusted to everything now, getting moved on to the pro career, just getting used to it.
Okay, so you say moved on to the pro career. There's something that people don't know. What pro career are you talking about?
Transitioning from basketball to the football. I'm gonna be doing tight end in the NFL right now. Just been doing work in the training with my trainers right now. Just getting used to it right now.
You're going that Antonio Gates route.
Yeah.
Basketball to football.
Yeah.
What the heck?
It was crazy. So I was in school and I was laying in my bed and I got a call from like a number, and then I answered it and it was Coach Morris on the Tech football team, Sammy Morris. And he called me. He was like, hey, I usually be getting calls by NFL teams about my players and all that, but he was like, lately I had 2 teams call me and asking, would you consider it? And when that happened, I was just like, it is what it is. But then I started to talk to some more people, and it started to like gain my interest. And then it was to a point I was like, man, I really don't want to play basketball right now, which was crazy because when I was younger, I didn't want to play football. I want to switch to basketball. And then now decided to do it full time and taking it serious.
That's got to be painful for Coach McGuire to hear that you want to go play football, and he's got this stud that could have been playing for him. He wasn't the coach last year. Anyway, the football team has got to be thinking, crap, we had a chance for this guy.
It's actually funny with that. Coach Morris, he invited me to go watch their pro day they had. I think it was like a couple of weeks ago, and I was there. And Coach McGuire came up to me and he like showed me like a former player from Baylor on the basketball team. He switched over for football and played with the Bills. And Coach McGuire was talking to me like, hey, if we're able to find another eligibility, would you consider come here? Like he was telling me, he was like, I usually don't tell these to players, like basketball players, but he was like, you have it. We just teach you and this. Like I would want you to play with us. And then after that, Kirby came up to me and he was like, if we're able to find eligibility, would you consider it? So I did think about that, but then also I decided to just go straight to the NFL because it was talking like if I go in the NFL route, I'll do like a year or 2 on the practice squad. So I was like, you know what? I'll go learn under the best and just learn from there instead of having that transition from college to the NFL.
Sure.
So I just decided, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to just go all in with the NFL. And then also I was getting feedback from some of my friends that are switching over, like my friend Mo Alley Cox that played at VCU. That's the starting tight end at the Colts, and he started that way. He went to practice squad 2 years, and then now he just signed a 3-year, $18 million contract. So I was like, you know what? If there's money to be made, and plus I want to stay in state, so I was like, I'm gonna just go do it.
Get this man paid. Why don't you want to play basketball anymore?
Because, one, I didn't want to like get older and be like, what if with football? Like, since the opportunity's here now, I want to be like, man, I did all this basketball, but then I had that opportunity of football, and I don't want to have no what ifs when I get older. And then also, I look at it like, shoot, I'm going in not really knowing anything. I'm going to just base off of my athleticism, and they really like my athleticism. They think they can mold me into what they want. Mm-hmm. I was like, I go in there safe, it doesn't work. Okay, I could go back to basketball because I've been doing that for a while.
Sure.
And then now if it does work, I'm going to go all committed with football. And then just my mom always told me I'm someone that, like, if I'm interested in something, I'll drop the other thing and focus on that. And, like, that just what randomly started to happen with this. Like, before when they brought that football stuff, people would tell me, like, you could be a football player. I was like, no, I'm doing basketball. Basketball. And then once the season of basketball got over, and then, like, I was seeing if, like, any calls was coming for me for, like, NBA and any of that. I was getting more overseas. I didn't really, at the time, right now I don't want to go overseas. So I was like, you know what, let me do this and try this out.
Yeah.
What's the worst that could happen? I get cut or something. But knowing me, if I try something, I go 100% at it. And
let's go.
So I'm happy about this new journey.
So Marcus Santos-Silva, the football player, Red Raider Nation, get ready for that. It's a little shift in perspective of this guy. Yeah. That's okay, though.
Yeah, whole new game.
Man, we'll support you no matter what.
Thank you.
So let's go back to basketball.
Yeah.
Though, this past year, what was it? The last basketball season, going back to 1 year ago, a lot happened, right? Coach Beard leaves. Yeah. Coach Adams gets the job. You have some personal life things happen that we'll talk about in a minute. What stands out for you over the last year?
Just how crazy last year was to me on the court and then also off the court, and dealing with big adversities and losing a loved one, compared to now, like, where I'm going to having taken a big what if on Coach Adams and the team, when it was just around this time, literally it was just me, Kev, Clarence, Buzo, and that right there. And we're just working out with Adams and Coach Perry, and not knowing that, we was going to get Bryson, KO, TJ back, Adonis, Davion, Malik, Bacho, KJ, all those guys. And to now seeing that chance I did take, that we all four guys over there at first had, like, this was going to happen. It worked out. But it's been a crazy whole year and how it came out positive.
There was only 4 of you for a while.
Yeah.
What was that like? Like, what was going through your minds, the 4 of you? Like, are you thinking, are we going to even have a basketball team? Like, what's going through your head?
A lot. I ain't gonna lie. When I did decide to come back, I had some days that, like, I would be in my room, I would just be chilling, driving, be like, man, what did I just do? I just said I'm coming back to Tech, and not knowing we don't even have a whole team. We don't even have a 5 to play right now, and just a whole bunch of what ifs. Like, maybe we get certain guy, and not getting the top transfers that we saw that year go everywhere else, and people down us saying, it's gonna be terrible, bad year, this, and we're over here like. I'm over here like, dang, am I about to not make the tournament this year? Am I about to have a bad year this year? Like, what's about to happen? Like, is it going to be another what if? Like, I should have went to a different school. But overall, just at the end of the day, I just took it as I trust my team. I trust the coaches who they bring in, and just put my head down, just work.
So let's go back into your head, if we can, a year ago. April 1, April Fool's Day. Chris Beard leaves, right?
Before that, we had a feeling he was leaving.
Yeah.
Like, when the whole Indiana thing came up, I went up to talk to Beard, and he told me if I was leaving, I would let y'all know I'm leaving. And but then once we saw Shaka Smart leave, once I remember when it was me, Kyler, TJ, and Kev, when it was quarantining the tournament, and it was Texas versus Albany Christian, and Texas lost. Right there, we all said, Beard's getting that job. Because, like, everyone knew, like, if Texas was to open up, Texas was going to go all at Beard, because Beard started there.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, once Saka got resigned, we already knew like he's gone. Like even though they were saying that he was saying he's not leaving, we all knew he was gone. It was just waiting for that time. And then like we heard the rumor that when April 1st comes, his contract buyout goes down to this. So Texas was waiting for that. And then when he called us, when we all had like an emergency text like, hey, everyone hop on this Zoom, Beard wants to talk to y'all, we already knew what was happening. We already knew that Beard was going to leave for Texas. So it wasn't really a surprise. It was really like a wow, like he really did it when he took it.
Well, what feelings did you have when all that was going on?
I'm not gonna lie. Right after he transferred, after he left to go to Texas, I put my name in the portal because I was like, I came in for Beard, this, and like, it wasn't like at first my whole mindset was, all right, once Beard left, I'm gonna go with them to Texas. At first, that was like how it was. I was like, I'm gonna look at these other schools, but my main thing, I'm waiting to see if they do the interconference change with the Big 12, and I was gonna go with Texas. But then it wasn't like really mad. It was like wow, because it was just blowing up everyone on Twitter.
Yeah.
And then when that happened, you just saw a whole bunch of dudes on our team start transferring. But like I wasn't really mad because I couldn't be mad at him because I was like, people had asked me like, were you mad at Beard when he did this? I was like, no. If you think about if he was in his position, you're doing what's best for your family. If you're going somewhere to Texas and they're offering you way more money, a lot of money, and it's your alma mater, you would go do the same thing because like, all right, I'm gonna go collect that money and do that. I feel like if you ask someone, they would say no to that. I feel like they're lying. So he did what he felt was best for him. So I respected him for that.
And I think it's a great response and a legit response too. Like you're being very candid with us that initially you thought, okay, I'm gonna go with him. So that's insightful, and I appreciate your honesty in that. Which leads me to the next question. So why did you choose to stay?
I had talks with my mom and my dad, and then one time I had to talk. I forgot one night I talked to my dad, and when I told teams in the transfer portal, when I was in the transfer portal, that if it's a brand new coach, I'm leaving Texas. I'm leaving Tech. If it's Coach Adams, because I heard rumors of Adams, I'm coming back. Because me and Coach Adams, towards the end of the year, we started to build, I feel like, a bond because I wanted. He told me last year, like my defense wasn't good and I wanted to work on it. So I would watch film with him, all that. So I started to get close with him. And then when that happened, I talked to my dad, and my dad was like, and my mom was like, you wouldn't look good in that burnt orange. I was like, I told him too, I was like, yeah, that wouldn't look good for me. I was like,
nobody looks good in burnt orange.
I was like, I love beer and
it's
everything.
It's just an ugly color.
I was like, I love beer and all of that, but like, I wouldn't be able to do that. So then once Adams got the job, and then a couple of days later, then he had us come up there. I was back in Mass that time. I flew back down to watch him get introduced and all that. And then I think a couple of days later, I announced like I'm coming back.
I remember pretty vividly. You're talking about when Coach Adams got the press conference for when he got the job.
Yeah.
I remember the camera kept going to you. I don't know if you know this or not, or if you watched it.
People. I didn't see the camera going, but I definitely I saw it sometimes. But like I saw people looking at us and all that. But really like the day that Adams got the job, like I think like 30 minutes after they said Adams got the job, K-Mac, he said he was coming back. Mm-hmm. And that was also a big part of mine too, because Kevin McCullough, he's my brother. Like he, different family, but parents, but he's like blood to me. Like we're that close. So like when I saw him come back, I was like, I'm gonna come back. In my head I was like, all right, let me start. Yeah. I could come back on this. Yeah. You know?
So it's the totality of things then. You had a good relationship with Coach Adams that started to build after he told you that your defense wasn't good enough. Yeah. How was that to hear?
It just I literally came to Tech to work on to be a really good defensive player. So the guy that's known for defense is telling me I'm not that good. I wanted to get better at it. I didn't want no one to tell me a lie saying like, oh, you're doing okay, but so he was telling he always kept it real with me and told me what he felt like.
Man, I think that's a cultural societal message right there of an elite level mindset human being, which I'm sitting at the table with an elite level human being. I think most people would hear that criticism and mentally they'd be done. Screw you. Whatever, man. You don't know me. You're not that good of a coach. And you took it the opposite. Okay, I'm gonna get better. And you did.
Yeah.
What was that like? What was that process like?
It was fun. Just being, when he told me that, and then just when it transitioned to this year, I had actual fun, like getting switched on the guard because, when the guard would get the ball and they'll do a pick and roll. Usually you do a pick and roll is to get the big on you, and then that's when the guard will go one-on-one.
Right.
I like the fact that when the guard tried to go at me, I'll be able to stop him, and then he would try to go again, and then just his mind's not focused on the team no more. He's like, all right, I'm gonna try. I can't break this guy. Let me keep on going, and then it leads to something. But I just have felt that excitement on the whole defense and being able to show people like I could guard from the three, put a guard on me. I could guard him full half court, and show them that I can move my feet, and then it really worked out for me. I feel like.
We asked Davion a similar question, and he said that he loved locking a guy up. Just that look in the guy's eye, like I can't get past this man.
Yeah.
I don't feel like most players want to play that way.
Oh no, it takes select people to play under Coach Adams and his defense, because we make it look really good in the game. We make it look good in the game, but when the game's over, we're still able to find out our mistakes, and it's not perfect for us.
Right.
And like in our practices, we'll go over stuff over. If you give up one dribble, and then dude doesn't even get to the middle, but if he's towards that area of the middle, he's stopping practice and getting on us. So it's like you have to have like a different type of mindset to play his defense and to play his system.
This is so good. We'll dive some more into that here in just a bit. The team. Let's talk about the team. And you've talked a little bit about some of the guys already. What, in your opinion, from your perspective, what made this year's team so special?
Us being really, really close off the court. Like whenever we was done with practice or anything, we was always hanging out with each other. Like we didn't have no different groups. We was always hanging out. Mainly, if we was hanging out, guys would just come and just chill in my living room with everyone, and we'll just chill. And like if we went to go get food, someone would go. If we went to go to the store, we'll have guys go, and like nothing was forced. And like it was when we first got there, like guys was like, "Yo, our plan is to go to New Orleans." Even though we came short to it, it was like our plan is to go to New Orleans. That's like our plan was to win the national championship. And like usually you have teams that say that, and guys don't really are really bought in. When the first day we had our meeting with each other, and no one was doubting us and having us think 6 or 7, we was talking to each other like, yo, we're going to beat Kansas, we're going to beat Baylor, we're going to beat all these teams, we're going to do this, and watch. Right now they're doubting us, but we're going to show them. Mm-hmm. So like when we started in our practices, and I think what really I felt like clicked for us was when I think it was one of our scrimmages was like, oh shoot, when we played Wichita State. But the game that really I think was our turning point, because during non-conference it was a learning process for us, but when we had to go with 7 guys to Iowa State, and Iowa State was probably I think top 10 probably at that time, and we lost by 4 or 6. Yeah, make some free throws, we beat Iowa State. In that locker room, like coaches were saying, we're proud of you, does this, does that, but all 7 guys, we was pissed. And then I think we didn't have to say anything. We just looked at each other, was like, if we just took a top team with 7 dudes and a couple guys that didn't play a lot, and we just took them to this, imagine we give us our full team back, and then just brought our confidence even more to when we got a couple of guys, I think 3 more guys against Kansas, and we beat Kansas the next game. Yeah. So I think our turning point was when we played Iowa State with 7 guys.
So we keep hearing from everybody who's on the team, and I've talked to Davion about this, I talked to Bryson about this, even in Jalen's conversation, he mentioned that a lot of the similar things, that you guys are so tight. But I have to think, even though you guys were that close, surely there's some drama, something, some issues, or was there really not?
It wasn't really issues. There was really no off the court issues. With us, if we had an issue on the court, a guy going back and forth, they were squashing it right there. It wasn't guys would be like, yo, I'm not about that bickering. If you want to do that, we could fight right now about it. We cut that stuff out. And like if guys try to like complain and stuff, we would relax them. But this year there was no one that was like, oh, I'm jealous because this guy's scoring, or this, or this. We were so close to the point that we were so close to each other that I could yell at someone and they would not take my tone. They would take my message. Like if there's one of the guys would tell me, hey, like for example, when we played Notre Dame, I gave up a 3 in the corner, and Kev and Davion came up to me and was like, yo, you want this season to end like that? You want to end your season like this? Like, come on, pick it up. And then it led to us winning. Like we were so close to each other that we was able to talk in a certain way to us on the court that some players on different teams might not be able to, because you do that, they're gonna be like, oh, you coming at me now, you call me that. Like, but there was really no drama with us. Like,
where does that come from? You guys? Does that come from the coaching staff? Where does that camaraderie come from?
I think it comes from both, like coaching staff and us too. Like the coaching staff, they brought the players in, and the players is our goal to mesh really well. And it was like that. We had no drama. There was just like no stupid drama on our team. Like we didn't have no one that hated someone. After practice was over, we was always joking around with each other. Like it was like a group thing. Like
so that's not a message being pounded in your head.
No,
it just
came naturally. Like it was like I think Coach Sutton said one time, it came organically. Like he didn't have to, like some teams, like new teams. And I think also being with seniors experience, like I think our only low underclassman on the team was Malik was a sophomore. Mm-hmm. You had Ethan.
Bacho.
You had Bacho.
Yeah.
Buzo. Mm-hmm. And you had JT coming. All the rest are juniors and seniors.
Yeah.
And it was just a whole bunch of older guys that knew like, yo, we want to go far. So if we're all bought in, we're good. If we all go our separate ways, it's not going to work. And we just never let any of us do that. And there was times in games that could have went that way, but we was able to stop it and bring it back in.
What do you think your psychological, mental role on the team was for everybody?
Just being positive, just bring the energy to guys, just like that. Like I know my role changed heavily last year in like the 3 years. Went to VCU, I was the leading scorer, and ball going through me the whole time. Came to Tech, I was I think top 4, top 5 scoring on the team, and just playing a lot of minutes to come in this year. To some games I might play 20 minutes. There's some games I'll play 11 minutes. Just being consistent and just having a positive mindset really on the team, and not being like a negative. Like I had some negative moments, but then also just not making sure it was a continuous negative moment. Was that a hard transition for you to go from from those roles? For sure. It was mostly hard for me during non-conference, because I remember after after the Tennessee game, I didn't play that. I didn't play that much. I think I played 2 minutes. I had someone in my corner call me like a couple of days after, was telling me like, hey, they're saying you can make this amount of money overseas if you go right now, which was really good money. Yeah, it was great money. Like if I told people, they would be like, yeah, I would have took it. But like they was telling me, leave. They're not playing you there. Leave. You're wasting your time. Leave. Waste your time. And me, I'm not known. Me and my dad told me I'm not known for someone to quit on something. And I just like told that person, I'm cool with what's going on with the non-conference. Just wait until Big 12. Like I was like really being cocky, but like I told the person like, when Big 12 comes, they're going to need me. And like non-conference, we're playing these non-conference teams that don't mean anything really to us. But I said, wait until Big 12. When we play Big 12, they're going to need me. And like Kev would tell me, he's like, bro, you know when Big 12 comes, Coach Adams is going to need you. So like I could have had a moment to like left the team and did my own thing, but then also it wouldn't have sat with me leaving.
Again, that sort of elite level mindset that I feel like probably comes with the fact that you're older and more mature. Yeah. But not everybody has that kind of a mindset. And it sounds to me like that is a focus for Texas Tech basketball, to bring in players like you that are going to think that way. Is that accurate? Yeah. Like the whole, like people said it, and like I know, like on different other Power 5 teams, I could have been the starter. Like I had after games, I had some coaches talk to me like, hey, if you was here, you would be starting on our team. Like, you had other coaches tell you that? One coach of staff told me like, if you was here, you would be starting. Pretty sure that's a violation, right? And then like we beat them, and then and it was like, man, they were saying stuff about like their team, and it was like, if you was here, your toughness, you would be starting.
and playing a lot. But like I knew like I could have gone to a different team and started and all that. But
so why didn't you?
Wanted to be challenged. Like at first, like I saw Coach bringing all these guys, and I was like, oh, let me be challenged. Like I want to show I could get here, do that, and then just realized like, hey, you know what? My role. I'm not here. Bryson's the scorer. Bryson KO's going to start with me because they could do that stuff. Bryson's the scorer down there. My role is to come in is to play like it's my last game and do what I can to make impact. And if it rolls into scoring, rolls into getting a whole bunch of stops and all that, I'll leave it like that. So just do whatever. For me, it was just to be consistent, bring the energy, and make sure I'm defending.
Well, and you had some huge buckets and some key moments throughout the season. The whole season runs together. I struggle to pull out this particular moment, this particular game, but a lot of home games where you come in and you've got that kind of patented throwback to Kareem.
Yeah, the hook shot.
The hook, and sometimes it's left, sometimes it's right. Huge moments, and then huge stops. And you'd come in and do your thing, and sometimes you'd come out pretty quick after that, sometimes go in. The thing that I think Lubbock loves about you, and this is complete speculation here, Lubbock, so you all can comment and tell us if you think I'm accurate here, is that every time you were in the game, you brought it. And I think that's a West Texas mindset, right? Like people who don't know Lubbock don't always look favorably on Lubbock, Texas.
Yeah.
And don't expect much out of Lubbock. And they have a chip on their shoulder about Texas Tech because we're not supposed to be
I know what you mean.
that good.
I think I just took it as like when I was getting subbed in the game, I was like, all right, I don't know how much time I'm in. I could either be in for 4 minutes or a minute or 30 seconds. So I was like, you know what, go hard. If I'm playing defense, making plays, it's going to be hard for him to take me out. And there was some games like I didn't make plays at that moment. Adams would get on me because he knew he could talk to me like that. He knew like how he believed in me and how I could be a really good defender on the team. And whenever, if I was not playing my best, he would come at me, and then I'll get back in and I'll play really good. So just being like that, just like, all right, when I get in that game, make an impact. When I get in the game, make an impact. When I get in the game, make an impact.
Tell us about your relationship with Coach Adams, because from our perspective, it looked like you two had a really special kind of a bond. What was that like for you?
I'll say our relationship was like a love-hate relationship. Like the way like there was times like in practice or in games, like he would talk to me away and be all on me, and there was some games I had that I would say something back at him, like, and people would be like, oh my God, what the heck? But it was just like our relationship, like we both knew like we didn't mean it like that. It was just like, yo, we want to win, so if I got get on you like that, I'm gonna have to get on you like that. And like he knew like if I came at him like that, sometimes it wasn't like, oh, I'm being like uncoachable, all that. It's just like he always told me, he's like, hey Marcus, I just know you're an emotional player. It's really great for us sometimes, a lot, and sometimes it comes in and bites you in the ass. But like it was just, that's how our relationship was. Like the guy gave me the guy wanted me to come back and gave me a chance, and then like look what happened. So, but our relationship was really good. I love that guy.
That Twitter blow up post of him in the round of 32 slapping you on the leg saying, I'm not ready to say goodbye to you yet.
Yeah.
Is that a good indication of what y'all's relationship was like?
Yeah.
Like, I love you, but I'm also screaming at you at the same time.
Like, because that was I think that was the Notre Dame game. In the first half, he told me straight up, "You're playing terrible. You're playing terrible. Like He was saying in other words, but he was like, you're screwing us. The reason why this game's like this or we're not playing because you're screwing us."
Wow, to you.
Yeah, like wow. He would say it to a lot of us on the team. Like he would be like, if someone's messing up, he's going at halftime go at them the whole time.
Just being real.
Yeah, just being real. And like you could take it one way, you could take it like, oh man, this man's on me, or take it as, yo, let's go. And me, sometimes it was like that, but like at that moment, I was just telling him, like when he was coming at me, I was like, yo, I got you. Let's move on. I got you. I know what I got to do. I got you. Let's go. And then that happened. But like that was just how it was. That's how he was with all of us. Like against Baylor, at Baylor at home. KO wasn't, to Coach Adams' eyes, KO wasn't playing good that first half. And when we were in the halftime, he went at KO like bad. And then the second half, KO ended up having 20 and like 14, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
Just unstoppable.
Yeah.
So like he knew like something, if he knew he had to light a fire on someone, he would do that.
So he's going to challenge you.
Yeah, he always challenged all of us. And it just depends how you take it.
So is what do you say to a player? Because I imagine part of what made you all so good is it's an older team, right? Mm-hmm. And you all understand this man is not dogging me.
Yeah.
He's trying to make me better.
Yeah.
He's trying to challenge me. What do you say to a player who's got a lot of talent that maybe can't mentally handle that?
Be consistent, and not every day is going to be good. Like, it's not like high school. Like, you're not going to come in and drop in 20 every game. You're going to have a bad game. You're going to mess up on assignments. And for us, like with the freshmen coming in this year, Coach Adams is going to get on you. Like, he's going to get on you from once you guys get here in the summer. Like, the recruiting Adams you see and the coach is different because you got to look at him. They got to look at the other point of view. He's not trying to lose his job. His job's on the line with these players.
Sure.
So, like,
every year,
if he wants to be all nice and all that and they lose, then that doesn't going to mean anything. If he feels like, I need to be on y'all so you can know like what to expect when it comes. So when the season comes around, I don't have to tell y'all, see, like, it's just the way he is as a coach. And if you take his coaching like, he's coming at me or he's saying I suck and all that, you're not going to do good here. Now, if you take his coaching like, all right, he's on me, let me go prove him. Let me go prove that I could do it. It's just how it is. It's just really how the player's going to take it.
do you think he has genuine love for you all?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So there's no question of, like, it's that tough, I'm here to make you better. This is Big 12 basketball, the best basketball conference in the country.
Yeah.
And it's not a meanness, spite thing. It's
for sure.
I'm here to make you better.
Like, not every, like, it's like what's your working environment? Everyone here, same thing, sports and work. Mm-hmm. Not everyone's going to love you, but they're going to respect you. They're going to have to at least have respect for you. So that's how it was with us. Like, we all love each other, but some probably, maybe, I don't know, some people didn't. Someone, I could have had someone I didn't like on the staff. Everyone has someone that they don't like on the staff. Staff members have some players that they don't like, but they have enough to respect them and be like, all right, we got this goal that we need to accomplish, and boom. Now, like, if we would have had a losing season this year, you could have saw all the drama. You could saw drama, oh, this is this. But with us, there was no drama. We just respect each other, and we knew and we kept the main thing, and that was go far and try to win a national championship.
So you've been a part of two different coaching staffs here at Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Now, one under Coach Adams, one under Coach Beard. What are the differences, and what are the things that are similar too?
Differences, really, I just say I think every coach has their differences. Like, Beard has his style way that he feels like a way to win. Like, he has his formula because he went to the national championship. Adam has his formula, and like I say with Adams, probably this year, he had control of everything. You know what I mean? So, like, he didn't have to, like, because he was the assistant associate head coach and he had the head coach right there. So it was like, all right, it's those two. Adams, this year head coach, was what he says goes for him. So, like, if Adams felt like, no, I want to do this on defense, do this, it might not have worked last year with him and Beard, because great coaches, but also two greats, they butt heads a lot. So he didn't have to, I don't think, have to worry about, like, if he wanted to do something, he was going to do it, because no one else was going to be like, Coach, but you can't. But he's like, I don't want to do it. But differences, really, I'll just say the style of offense, probably. I don't think we really we didn't run motion at all this year like that. And then I think just being more aggressive, I feel like this year with our defense, because he was at the helm of it all, had his own say, like, how he wanted to play the whole time. If he, in practice, if he didn't get the way he wanted to play, he'll stop and make us do it again. So I feel like that's how it was, probably the differences. And then just also probably just practice style. Beard has a different philosophy of practice than Adams does. So I'll just say those were really the differences.
What practice style differences? What kinds of things stick out to you?
Like, Adams was always like wanting to play. Adams practices would always go be fast paced and keep on going, like intense all the way. Beard would have some practices like leading up to games, like, all right, mental now. We got to get you ready for mentally. Adams was like, I want us to be conditioned, this. I don't care if we have a game tomorrow. If I want to play a couple of down and back pickup so we could get this stuff going, we're going to do it, you know? So, like, it was just like how Adams was because how he was as a person.
Yeah, intense.
Yeah.
Okay, so random question in the season. You're shooting left, then you're shooting right. What's up?
So what really happened? So when I did that, I was like, my free throw percentage was already down. I was looking at it, and I just didn't like how I had the hitch in my shot. Like, I was annoyed that, like, people thought like I wasn't really working on it, but like I was working on trying to get the hitch out. But something like that, just it takes a long time to get it out because it's like a muscle memory of what happened.
Yeah.
So like one day we was at the arena, and I was just like, you know what? Let me just shoot around with my right hand. And I was making it threes, everything, twos, and all that. And it was like, yo, why don't you just move over to that? And it was lead up to the Texas game at Texas. And I was just like, you know what? I was like, you know, I'm gonna go right. I was like, what's the worst thing that I could do? Like, even if I miss, it looks like all good misses and stuff. So then, like, I remember after our practice before we left to go to the game to Austin, I told Coach Adams, can you come here? I just had to get the confirmation by him. He's sorry. He's like, yeah, you can do it, and all that. And then I just stuck with it the whole time. And then just because people would be like, oh, it's just a process to switch. You can't just switch like that. But like what happened to me, I'm ambidextrous, how you say that. And also my freshman year, I broke a bone in my left wrist, and I had to work out that whole summer at VCU, just shots, right, close range shots. And like I would get annoyed when they would let the other guys start shooting jump shots and stuff. So I literally just forced myself to shoot. So I always had that naturally with me. And then I just took it all after that. Literally all my workouts, I was shooting right, free throws right. Any drills we did, I was shooting right, and I was just getting used to it. If I didn't decide to do the whole NFL thing right now, my main goal was going to get the right hand shot down, which I was feeling comfortable with. It's just the fact that when I was in high school, my form was straight and clean, everything. When I was in college, something happened and I think it was when I broke my wrist that everything started to change. And then I was just getting annoyed that, I just don't like the way it feels coming out my hand. I don't like the hitch. Yeah. And when I learned with the right, I was like, all right, I'm going to just keep on shooting a whole bunch of free throws until I get it down. Once I find the right touch, I'm going to do it. It goes in and out, I'm fine with that. I'll just fix it the next shot. So I wasn't like, there was not having confidence with my left hand. It was just that I want everything to be clean and smooth.
Yeah. And it paid off.
Yeah.
I mean, we go to the round of 16 because you were working on that right hand. Let's completely shift gears here. Your dad.
Yeah.
Obviously, he was a major part of your journey and continues to be a big part of your journey. A little over a year ago, he passed away.
It was a year last week, April 17th.
Year last week. Tell us about your dad.
Oh, he was a great guy. When I was at VCU and I decided to transfer, a lot of VCU fans didn't like how my dad was on Twitter, but that was my dad. Like, I got my confidence because of him. Like, if he felt like I could make it somewhere, he gonna showboat me, do this, that, be a dad. Like, how people was like, it was kind of like a LeVar Ball thing type with him. Like, if he feels like I can make it, do all this, he was gonna showboat me, show me. And he was defending his kid the whole time. Like, if anyone said anything bad about me on Twitter, he was saying something. People was like, oh, he's too focused on that. But no, he just was protecting his kids. And he was just always there for me. Like, when I decided to switch over to basketball, we became really, really close because I decided to switch my freshman year, and he didn't miss a game up until he didn't really miss that. I could count the amount of games he missed on both fingers. And from freshman year to my junior year until he passed away. But, like, he was just always there for me. He was, like I said before, he's like my Superman. He was like my best friend. So.
That sounds like a good dad.
Yeah. Everyone, like, with him, like, he was close with Coach Sutton. They was always talking. Like, if he was around my dad, just his energy, like Kirk, he was sitting next to the Knowles brothers. And, like, I remember Kirk was always saying, like, hey, this summer, after the last season was over, he's like, this summer, your family's coming up and your dad's for barbecue. And then my dad was like, yeah, coming up. But then the whole thing happened. But, like, just you was around my dad, like, his energy was just really good. Like, if you spend like a couple minutes with my dad, you became friends. Like I remember a coach from Ohio State was recruiting me when I was in the transfer portal, and like when the whole news came out after about my dad, he called. I forgot who the coach at Ohio State. He called someone. He was like, "Man, I only talked to him for like 20 minutes, but it felt like I knew him my whole life. The way we was just talking, because he loved talking about sports.
Yeah,
and like that's why like I wish like I tell my mom a lot. I recently was telling my mom about it yesterday. I was like, I wish he was here right now so we could talk about the whole NFL thing and like what he would be like if I decided when I switch, he'd be like, all right, let's do it. Like if I decide to switch, I'd be like, all right, let's go 100% in it. And like he would have been to all my workouts. He would go everywhere with me.
That's literally my next question is, what do you think his advice to you would be as you challenge yourself now to the NFL?
It's funny. So when I was younger, his plan for me was play football, get scholarship, get a whole bunch of college scholarships, and go to the University of Miami because that was his favorite school. He loved the U.
Okay.
So he was like, go play football at the U. And he always had a feeling with me about football and everything like that. So he wasn't like he wouldn't be surprised if I decided to switch.
Yeah.
He would have been like, it's time, let's do it. And then like we would have had to talk about it, but if I told him I want to go do it 100%, he would have done everything he can to like, all right, I'm gonna make sure we kill this thing. So like he would have been on my side the whole thing about it.
Which sport did he like better?
He was a football guy.
Okay.
He liked watching football. He liked football and basketball, but with me, he was always saying like, yeah, you're playing basketball, but I could see you playing football.
Yeah.
So.
And the U was his place.
He loved the U.
Did you see? I guess I'm sure you saw that NIL deal with.
Oh yeah.
$800,000.
Crazy.
Next to that's. Man, and who was it? Was it Nigel Pack?
Nigel Pack.
Man,
he's almost getting like I wouldn't be surprised if he's already after that he's touching $1 million because of what he got at Kansas State or something.
Ooh,
Blessed to him. Like at that age, he did what he did at Kansas State, put himself in that position that a team feels 100 comfortable giving him that much money because they see what he could do. Great player. Me and Bryson would say the team that we hate playing was Kansas State because it was hard to guard him.
Man, K-State did give us some fits.
Yeah. And like fans were saying like, oh, why we struggle in K-State? But if you're on the court with them, it's just a whole bunch of guys that don't care. They're going to shoot deep threes. You come up any closer, they're going to drive it, shoot floaters. And Nigel Pack he was hard to guard last year too. Yeah. I didn't like playing Pack. Yeah. Great player, but just the way he played, it was just like, he was one person I couldn't really figure out how to guard. Because like if I had my hand up that much, he would shoot it. Or if I'm not even that close to him, he would drive by and just like he had like far floaters and touch and all that. Just he's a complete player. That's
good insight. I appreciate you saying that. You graduated with your degree from VCU, right?
Yeah.
What was your degree in?
Homeland Security.
What's the thought behind that?
So when I was at VCU, I didn't know what really I want. So when I was committed to VCU, my whole plan was to do sports management, and they didn't really have that. They had it for a master's program. So like my academic advisor, Sophia, who was really great. I was talking to her, and then she was like, hey, you want to try Homeland Security? She was like, tell me what I like. And then like she told me about Homeland Security, and she told me like what the classes were. And like when I was younger, my mom knew I like stuff like that. Learning about the Twin Towers, learning about our cybersecurity, our Homeland Security, all that stuff, CIA, FBI. So I just like every class I took in there, I was doing really good, getting A's and B's, and just I was fascinated by it. So I just kept on going and ended up getting out of the degree. So like I just like stuff about like Homeland Security, which was interesting for me.
So someday when your football career is over, that's so weird saying to you when your football career is over.
Yeah.
But when football days are done, or basketball, wherever your path goes, do you see yourself jumping into a career that has to do with that? FBI, CIA, something like that?
My goal is not to be able to use my degree.
Okay.
My plan is to because I'm good with money. I'm really good with money, so my plan is to make be a millionaire, make enough money in the NFL so that when I get and invest really good investments to when I get older, I don't have to work.
Nice.
Because I did all this stuff from my freshman year to now to when my pro career is over, and I want to just not have to work. If I have to work, I'll probably do something with my degree, but my main goal is to not do anything with my degree, just to have it.
You in crypto?
No, I don't know.
Not yet?
I don't know enough about that to touch it.
I shouldn't have even said that because the guy behind the camera is going to give you a very painful lesson.
My cousin, he does a lot, the whole NFTs and stuff. And
okay.
Everyone would be telling me about it, but I'm like, I got to do research on my own to figure it out.
For sure. I respect that.
But like, I've seen it. it's just I don't know a lot about it.
It's just a random question. Okay, on your Twitter, you seem to be very active in discussing Texas Tech with transfer portal guys.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I feel like if the former players interact with guys that are considering us and they see the fan base and they because like we had guys last year that would hit me up and like, hey yo, how's Tech? I was trying to get them to come here and I was like, you know what? There's guys that will message us and like, yo, how's Tech? This and we'll tell them. So like if I could see like certain guys like, oh, they want here, I'm gonna tweet at them or something, be like, hey, just show them like what this is what our fan base be doing. Like you're gonna have love here. And it's just something cool, like doing. I saw Norns do it a lot, Reek do it a lot, and just showing the guys in the transfer portal that you got support here. Like you're going when the coaches are preaching them, it's family. Like we're showing them, yo, it's family. Like you could do special things here.
Yeah. Speaking of family, the fans of Texas Tech, the Texas Tech Red Raider Nation. What have they been like for you and to you?
They're great. They're fans, fanatics. Everyone's fanatics. It's a crazy fan base. They love their sports. It doesn't matter what sport it is. They love it. Like last year, I remember came in. There was a lot of hype with me. And I was getting adjusted to it, and I had the seats I wanted. I remember I was in the portal. A lot of people were saying like, "Oh, we don't want him here. We're good with if you don't come here." So like I took that as motivation. Like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna come back and show you, like I could help out and make an impact. And then now it went from now. Everyone keeps on telling me, yo, the whole Tech fans love you, this and that. It just shows like they're just a sports team. Like, it's how a regular fan base is. If you're playing bad and it doesn't come out good, they're going to be like, yeah, you're not playing good. You're playing good and great, they're going to love you. It's just how overall it's all sports around. So it is what it is. But like they are diehard fans here. And then like you got the trolls and everything like that. But like the real Tech fans, you know who the real Tech fans are.
Right.
You only have the trolls really come out when you lose a game and they're like, oh my God, this. But the real Tech fans, and I have a whole bunch of support for them because I remember one time after we beat Texas here, I tweeted out best atmosphere I've been a part of, and VCU fans, some VCU fans that were like still salty with me about me leaving, which I still don't get to this day. They were. They thought I was throwing shade at them, but I told them, I was like, yo, I've been done with it for a while. Like, it's been old. Like, I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about my new place. And like some fan came at me on VCU pulling up my stats, and then like whole Tech fans just went at the man, and like it was just like crazy. So like I love their support, how it is. Human
nature is rough.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. Like the whole VCU thing, like. There's some guys that already transferred from VCU, and like they didn't get the hate that I got. And like I was really thinking about a couple of days ago, I'm like, damn, some guys these are transferring out of VCU, and the fans ain't saying anything. When I transferred out of VCU, and also it was my family supporting, because like my family, if they see like they're all around me, they support me. If they see people coming at me just saying bad things like for no reason, it's like, yo, come on.
Yeah.
But like when I left VCU, it was just most of the true fans was cool. Like, but some of the diehard, they was like mad at me that I made the choice, and then like they was happy when I failed my first year, and then also this year when I didn't, they was like, oh, Marcus left went from double digit scoring to averaging 4 points and all that. But I was like, at the end of the day, it's not all about individual. My team ended up going to a Sweet 16, which my main goal was to go as far as I can in the tournament. So. It was just weird. I found that weird with VCU, but with Tech, they came when that happened. They came out and just like went at the person.
Well, you know, I know that the goal was New Orleans, right? It was national championship, but man, Sweet 16, like to zoom out, bird's eye view of the Texas Tech men's basketball program as a whole. You have been part of a Sweet 16 run. And that doesn't happen that often.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. Yeah. Like there are maybe 3 or 4 programs where it is a perpetual every year thing. Now I think Tech is trending that way.
Yeah.
Like clearly 3 out of the last 4 years we have been there. But I think it is interesting to note that even in that, a Sweet 16 run, you got people from old school, from your former school, throwing shade at you. And maybe even some fans here in a loss throwing shade at you every now and then, right? Which is just sucks that it's human nature.
If you take it as like, you're not going to please everybody. Not everyone's going to love you. So,
but overall,
I look at it like that. Like, I'm gonna have people that love me. I'm gonna have people that like me. I'm gonna have people that don't like me. I'm like, I'm not gonna have everyone in this world like me. Like, it is what it is. It's the same with everybody. Like, but it's like if you're paying attention to that, you're feeding into what they want. You know what I mean?
That's a good word. But you do see it, right?
Yeah, obviously see it.
Like, there's no way to not.
Like, only ones I really see is the ones that, like, if someone tweets it at me, like I remember sometimes like people would tweet at me, say some crazy thing, and I'm like, I'll answer them, then they'll be like, oh, I'm just playing around, I'm just joking, this. But I'm like, you wanted my attention, so if you're tweeting at me, that means you want my attention. So it's like those, like if I see that, obviously that people will be like, oh, don't say anything. But I'm like, no, you want my attention. They usually, and then they get surprised when we respond.
Right.
But that's it. I look at it as just I'm not here to please everybody.
Well, but I think overall, and I think I'm going to speak for the overwhelming majority of Red Raider Nation here. Literally, everybody who knows that I'm doing a podcast with you right now is, oh my gosh, Marcus is a freaking man. We love him so much.
It's a love here. It's different. It's like when I was home this week, I was actually happy. Like, I was home because I was like, shoot, I could go somewhere. No one knows me. Yeah. Like, I could go to a party and no one's coming up to me. I'm coming to here, like, when I go around, there's going to be a lot of people that know who the Tech basketball team is. Yeah. And especially like me and other guys. Yeah. So it's like, so when I go home, I could be like, oh, chill, this. And then when I come here, I'm blessed about it, but it's like, shoot, come here to go out to eat. Someone's going to realize like, oh, that's this. Yeah. But it's funny though. I like it. And it's cool that now whenever I come back to Tech, it's like, it's home. Like, I could come here whenever and just, it'd be cool.
Okay, we're going to completely switch gears here, and I'm going to ask you the same questions I asked Davion the other day. So just rapid fire real quick, be honest. Funniest person on this year's team?
Sadar, but then after, I'll go, I'll say it was like a good amount of group people. You have K-Mac, you have Bryson, you have Malik, and you have like a Don's other guys. And it wasn't even like guys trying. It was just like, just happened. Like, some guys probably think like me being goofy on the team was like, I was funny. Like, we had a whole bunch of guys that didn't really try. It was just like, yo, just certain things happen that are just funny.
Right. Okay. That's fair. Worst dancer.
Worst dancer?
Worst dancer.
Oh, I'll put me up there.
Okay.
I'll put me up there.
Okay. You don't got it?
I'm not a dancer.
Okay. All right. So if you go out, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm posted up with the guys. Just sitting, just mind my business.
Okay, that's fair. Best dancer?
Best dancer? Oh, Bryson. For a big guy, he got moves. When he first came out here on his official visit, we was at like a get together, and he was just doing like with a group of friends. He was doing TikTok dances. He was like, yo, this man's 6'8" doing all these TikTok dances. So that was like a good memory I have of Bryson.
That's good. Davion said the same thing. Okay, most annoying and why? In a playful, annoying way.
KO.
Okay.
Yeah. What Davion say? Probably said me.
He said you.
Yeah. KO. Definitely
Why?
KO.
Why?
Just the way he is. Like, he would be like bothering and like messing with Adonis. It was just funny, but definitely KO. Like, he would just be just. It wasn't even like annoying, like, yo, you're no. It was just like, yo, bro, come on now, let's chill.
So Davion, and here we go. We're gonna start a little former team drama here. All right, we're gonna tweet at each other.
What he say about me annoying? What was his example?
I mean, you're gonna have to listen to the podcast, but I'll give you the word. He calls you TMZ.
Oh my God, it's just because I know things. Like, they would call me TMZ because I know things.
Like what? What would you know?
Just like. If something comes out, like, I'm always on my phone. So like, I'll see something and I'll like show it to them, or like if something happened, like, I'll know. Like, I just think because I I know a good amount of things. And like they'll be like, oh, I don't know anything, but just ask Marcus. He probably knows what it is. And like sometimes I'll lie about not knowing it because I'm like, damn, I do. But I'm not gonna want them to. But like, nah, he would always call me TMZ.
Oh man, that's good. He also said that you're always kind of going around like, oh hey, what are you doing? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, I'm always trying to get like involved in stuff. Like, but it's funny. Like he probably gonna be like, damn, I missed that. You know what I mean? So it's like.
So he actually thought that you would say that he was the most annoying.
Oh no, me and Davion, me and Davion, we be going at each other like joking wise.
Oh, for sure.
Like just joking around, just like how brothers are. Yeah. But nah, he wasn't that annoying to me.
Okay, all right. It's good. It's fun. Hardest practice you had and what made it so hard?
I'll say the first one when TJ came back. Coach Adams was mad about something, and you remember what's that hockey movie of the college athletes that went on the USA team?
Yeah, Glory? Is it Glory? No, it's not Glory.
And like
that's a Denzel Washington movie.
You remember the scene when they lost
Miracle,
and they put them on the ice and he was like again. So something happened. Coach Adams was mad at us. He managed to do a whole bunch of down and backs.
Ooh.
Like wouldn't stop to the point like our legs were hurting. Like he was just. And the thing that would be the worst, we would do down back, and once we're about to get ready to like get to the end of it, he would blow us again, so we got to run back, and it just kept on going to the point our legs were on fire. So I'll say that was the worst one.
Okay. How about a time that Coach Adams surprised you?
What do you mean by surprise?
In any way you want to take it.
One time I'll say we was in practice, and like I took like during the practice we was playing. And in live play, I took a jump shot. He stopped everything, slammed his paper, and was just going off on me about me shooting the jump shot. But then later he apologized. But we was just all like, me, I just put my head down. I was like, all right, I'm going down the court. You've complained. You came at me before. I'm like, all right, but like everyone just like they was like, oh my God, he really don't want you to shoot the ball. So that I'll say that.
Yeah, but I bet he was happy you were shooting those free throws against Notre Dame.
Oh yeah.
Favorite moment from this past year?
Shoot. There's a lot of moments, but I'll just say one. So we do like we do a retreat, and it was like we just first started and get to know each other. Like we did this retreat, and at night you saw the coach. So it was like we was in this cabin. One section of the room was all the players, and like the managers. The other section of the room was like the coaches. So it was like late night, and guys were like, no, we ain't going to sleep. So then we was like, all right, we're going to play a game. So it was like campsite, like back in the day, you had bunk beds that was all lined up. And there's one wall and there's the other wall. And we had guys had their pillows, mattresses, and like double pillows and just packing stuff in the pillows. And we did like spin the ball, who would go. You have to go at the end, you have to make it down that way, and then make it back, and just you getting hit crazy. Like I'm talking about, you boom, boom. Everyone got it. I remember my turn. I was just walking through it. They was like, oh, he's enjoying this. He likes it. So like that was a good memory about us, and just like how like we're grown dudes, but we was like being kids still. Right. Yeah. So that was a good memory. And then also another good memory was when we beat Baylor at Baylor. That was just. Excuse me. That energy was crazy. That
was a big moment. I felt like that was for when the national media
started like, oh, this team's legit.
Pay attention to these guys. I think Lubbock knew. I think Red Raider Nation knew. Okay, we got something here. Yeah. And I agree with you back to earlier statement that Iowa State game when 7 guys y'all took.
Oh yeah, and also Iowa State. I
think we knew. Okay, all right, this is something special. Yeah. But then when y'all beat Baylor. In Waco.
It was Kansas, then we beat Baylor. I remember that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, boom, boom, back to back. Yeah,
it was like 4 games in like 6 days. We ended up losing to Kansas State right after Oklahoma State.
Yes, but I think everybody was like, oh man, these guys have got to be dead anyway. So.
We was tired. But no, that Baylor game, because we was down by like 17 in the first half, and it was just like a whole team effort. Mm-hmm. Like I remember that game, I wasn't playing that much, but then coach put me at the end of the game. And like I came up with a whole bunch of good defensive stops. So like that game, like when they missed that shot, the reaction that we had was like we won the national championship. We were just like, oh my God, we just beat the #1 team that was undefeated at home for like 2 years.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So like that was a good memory.
So what you're saying is when you had that retreat and you guys were just beating the hell out of each other, that set you up for really hard moments like playing against Baylor. That's what you're saying.
I wouldn't say that, but just like it was just a nice horsing around with each other.
Yeah,
so that was fun.
What are your expectations for the team this next season?
I think the same old surprise. They're going to surprise everyone. It was funny. Once all the seniors left and the transfers, I told someone, I was like, they're back in the same spot we was last year. A couple of guys coming back and just seeing who we get in the portal. And it's just, I feel like they're in the same position. And the thing is just how they're going to take it with all the new guys. But the only difference is they got a lot of freshmen coming in. So I feel like it really depends how whatever the players they bring in to form a team, how they take it. If they come in thinking that, I'm in the Big 12, I got to go get mine, it's not going to work. Might work for some, but it usually don't work. If they all come in like, hey, we're the underdogs once again, we got to come out, play hard, and they buy into if they just buy into Coach Adams' defense, it's going to help out a lot because if they're able to keep it low scoring games and all that, boom. But it just really depends who they bring in and if they're able to form really good.
So pretend like you got 60 seconds and you have whatever this next year's team looks like. Well, we know with Jalen, Lamar, and Robert, and Pop, we know some of those guys. KO's coming back, obviously. We don't know. But pretend like you got the whole team, whatever it looks like. They're all here. You have 60 seconds to give them advice. What would you tell them?
Give them advice? Stay consistent. Just be positive, honestly. Like, you're going to have you're in the Big 12. It's going to be the best league in college basketball. And you're going to go through a lot of adversity. Just stay consistent with it and just stick together. If you stick together, it's going to work out. You're going to have some game. You're going to have a game. They're going to have some games that are going to be the big team. You're going to have a game you're going to lose to a team that not really, to what the analysts say, a not really good team that like how we lost this year, but we lost to TCU and look what happened with TCU. Yeah. Kansas State. If Kansas State came back with guys from COVID, they would have been good. Who else? Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. Oklahoma beat Arkansas, then look what happened with Arkansas. Like, we've played against Iowa State. Now look at them. We beat Iowa State by 40-something, and Iowa State made it to, Sweet 16? Yeah. So, teams that, they're going to lose to the Big 12's a grind. The Big 12 cannibalize each other in there. It's home court advantage really means a lot in the Big 12.
Do you plan on coming back a lot?
Oh, I want to come see I played in it. I want to come experience the fans, the actual just looking around wow.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to come to some big games this year.
Be part of the atmosphere.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Definitely want to.
Did you ever get to take a moment while you were playing in it just to kind of look around and see what was going
on? I would say when we played Texas and then also Baylor. I remember when we played Texas when we ran out the tunnel. So when we got inside our locker room, it was not that packed. It was starting to come in. I remember when we came out, it was crazy. I felt like if they had a drone running in where we was running in and just open up, it would have been a crazy look. But just seeing that, and then also during that game, I was my back of my heel was hurting. And I was next to our trainer, Big Mike, and we was just looking around oh my God, this is crazy. Mm-hmm. And then also Baylor, when they did the whiteout, I was like, this is crazy. So just the support they have, and I've been hearing how I hear stories of the camping out there and how they rush in. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like people that are considered here, you would be a fool not to come here. Really.
We're putting that one on Twitter right there. Marcus, you are truly loved here.
Thank you.
And I think that as you move on to the next stage of life, whatever that is for you, whether it's football, basketball, whatever it is, or you go become the director of the CIA and you're listening to all our phone conversations, whatever it is, I think you'll see, and I know you already know this, but Lubbock, Texas, Red Raider Nation, all across the country loves you. There's something different about you in particular. Your entire team will go down in the history of Texas Tech as one of the most important teams in men's basketball history. No doubt about it.
Wow, that means a lot.
Other teams maybe have gone, quote unquote, further. There was the Elite Eight team, there's the championship team, and we always have love for those teams as well. There's something different about you guys. You stuck with us, right, in a tumultuous time. We didn't know what the heck was going to happen. But you stuck around, and the guys that came in, and you went to the Sweet 16 and you just ran up against the narrative of Coach K.
Yeah.
Right? Like, no.
Can't really go against Dynasty right there. That's what I said.
I mean, the only people, the media didn't want you to win that game.
Oh, it's hard if and I found at the second half they shot 70-something%. Like,
yeah, in second half. Nobody's going to win that game.
And Coach K said they played their best half this whole season. So it's like,
yeah.
We stuck to our game plan. What we did was just
juggernaut. I mean, they were beating NBA teams in that second half that night.
Yeah, they wasn't missing. We had to answer for them, and they had to answer right back.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, man, you're loved here.
Thank you.
You are beloved. Literally, my people keep texting me, asking me if I'm still in the podcast with you. So many people are saying, get this autograph, get this autograph, get this autograph. If you're listening, sorry, I didn't get any of the autographs, okay? Y'all can hit them up on Twitter yourself. Marcus, thank you for coming on, man.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
And we took a lot of your time, and I'm grateful that you gave us this much time. We did it. Man, it's going to be fun to watch what's next for you, and we look forward to you coming back. Next time you do come back, hit me up. We'll sit down here again and just catch up on whatever it is that's going on, if you're cool with that.
No, I'm down.
Awesome. Any final word for Red Raider Nation?
Let's get it. I don't know, really. Just Red Raider for life.
Let's go. This has been the Guns Up Nation podcast. Catch you on the next one.